Good evening, Greg here. Burn at both ends, burning on the back end of Thursday. It is 11:45 p.m. Pacific. It is the 25th of October, 2018. And tonight I'll start by lighting up a conversation about leadership. Had my men's team meeting on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. And my men's team, right? So we get together, we support each other, in our lives, with our struggles, with our successes, just growing and learning and doing. And we do a lot of community service, which is great. And so one of the questions that was posed that night was, how do you show up as a leader in your life, or where do you show up as a leader? And I use the example of being a father. I find that, that really is a role of leadership, and it's the things I do every day. It's the little things I do every day, showing up, in the morning, waking up the girls, getting them ready for school, picking them up at the end of the day, talking to them in the evenings, doing things on weekends. It's not one big thing that we do. It's the little things every day, and that's I find that very similar in true office leadership or team leadership. It's the little things you do every day. This is what builds the trust. This is what builds builds the connection, creates the commitment. It's that discipline. So really enjoy that question. So my question to you would be, where do you show up as a leader in your life? So think about that. Very important. Over to Fundraise Up. Fundraise Up is rocking and rolling. Already booking I think 3 or 4 calls for next week. Really excited. Starting to get some really nice traction. And with some of the folks that reached out last month, we're starting to kind of get down through the sales funnel. So that's exciting. Kind of getting handed up the food chain to executive directors, things like that. So super awesome. And so, I had this goal of, booking about 2 to 3 calls a week. So it looks like we're kind of getting there. And the key thing for me is keeping the pipeline full, keep adding to the pipeline. Even though I think I'm going to be transitioning into Facebook ads soon, I need to get approval for that. I got to run that by Peter. Right now we're talking about the Twitter account. So I think we'll be doing that pretty soon. And then also super excited just to get into some Twitter tactics. Definitely want to tap into some influencers. That's a real patient game, I think. But I think that if we start now, we can position ourselves that maybe summertime. Maybe we can get to a point where an influencer will notice us. I'm not sure. I don't know how exactly the time scale works, but that sounds like if we do a consistent campaign for 6 months, I think we can get ourselves visible on some level. But anyway, I'd love to learn more about that, and that will definitely be a place I will be learning. But just as far as the pipeline, I just want to keep the pipeline full, keep things moving in the pipeline. That way people keep popping out the other end. And then in the 9 to 5, so I am stuck right in the middle of a super deep dive on this ISO 10110 optical element specification standard. So this is essentially when you want to buy optics, this is how you draw them from a fabrication standpoint. A lot of details. It's rather intimidating, I have to admit. And but anyway, doing a deep dive on this, got to really look at each aspect of this standard and what applies to us, what doesn't, and then of what applies to us, which are the really critical items, and how do we make sure that what we're specifying is proper. And so that's my big challenge. So I reached out to this gentleman on LinkedIn and connected with him, and I think I definitely want to hire him as a subcontractor to do a final review of our specs, because he really knows the stuff. This is laser optics, and so it's real specific. So you gotta know about lasers, and you gotta know about optics and coatings. So I think he would be the one, because it doesn't appear that we have someone with that level of expertise where I work. So anyway, I think that's about it. So rocking and rolling. Really powerful week tomorrow. Just I think about Friday is a great day to push it a little harder. So I'm actually going to, after work, I'm going to a LinkedIn. It's a engineering open mic. Very interesting. I'm curious to see what that's going to be like. So that's an SF. So I'll be right from work, going right to that thing, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, check out the description. There's some great links down there. This channel is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. So if you like what you hear, subscribe. Comment down below. Would love to hear what you have to think. If I can help in any way, ask a question. I'll do my best. And that's about it. The beat in the background, G Money is my alter ego. I write these beats. Check them out on SoundCloud if you like that kind of thing. It's linked down below. And yeah, get some rest. I'm psyched for some rest myself. So yeah, wake up tomorrow. It's Friday. Crush it. Inspire folks. Do great things. And I will end you in the morning.